Well, if I can, well, I'll sit on one side and then...
Don nicely tied it in there, and now I'm going to pull it out. Okay.
Ours now.
So right now you have 3 levels of control. Well, technically you have 4 levels of control, except for level 0 does nothing right now. This is level 0, which basically gives you a splash screen. Okay. To log in, you press the little door. Okay. So user login.
Okay.
Currently passwords are 1, 2, and 3.
Good. Like that.
Easy. Okay. Level 1. So just hit 1 and then enter. So this is intended to be your easy system for your rentals and anybody kind of coming in. So in terms of functionality, you have easy volume. So basically this gives you mics 1 through 3, so that's all your stage mics, as well as your wireless and a master control. You change the level, thing changes pretty colors. Okay, if you go home and go easy volume twice, now I don't really know what to call that.
Easy
It's a different
volume
color.
twice.
So,
What do you mean?
so yeah, there's 2 of them here, and they're both like, they're just different colors, and I need to work on that.
Okay, but what does it do? Like, what's it?
So,
supposed
well,
to
so first one brings up
do? Yep.
your wireless,
Yep.
your mics, your wireless, and a master. The second one brings up your scaler and a master. So the scaler is basically your video input, which
Okay.
I may just relabel video
Okay. Yep.
in this situation.
Yep.
Okay. And then
And master, the master volume for the video is just for the video volume?
yeah,
Okay, and then the master's for everything else.
everything else. So
okay.
you want to raise everything,
Yep.
turn up the master. You want to
Yep.
everything down,
All right.
turn down the master.
So it's the same master that's on the other one,
It is.
basically. Okay.
If you'd like, I can delete the one from the first page, and then that way there's no confusion.
Well, no, you know, on the page, that's fine.
The reason why I left it there,
No.
in some cases we have, in some cases we haven't. The reason I've left it there is because for the most part you're doing groups, so to have it on the first page is easy for you. And the second page, if you're just working with a computer or something, you just need to drop it down, then you can just drop it down.
Okay, that's fine.
The one thing you'll note is that if it drops all the way down, it does mute.
Okay.
Okay. The reason for that is because I can make this go from plus 20 to negative 100. You can really only hear it down to about negative 40, but you can sort of hear it, so I've muted it past that. So it's one of the safety things. Okay. And then you have your power. And your power control, so what we're going to do is we're going to do an audio power, a video power, and a remote console.
Okay.
Okay? So to turn on the system with a remote console, you can either hit the remote console button or hit audio power and then remote console. Okay? The intention is to also have a display somewhere in here as to what the system state is. So whether it's in easy mode, whether it's in basic easy mode or more advanced easy mode, which we'll get into. And then video power as well.
The remote console is when a visiting group comes in or whatever and they have their own console. You can plug it into
Oh, I see,
top-
different
top,
console as well. Okay.
connector there and use your audio system, use their mixer.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm
That's all right. I'm just offering
Yeah, no, this is
clarification.
good. This is good. This is good. This is why Don and I do this, not me by myself.
Yep.
Okay, and then you just hit your home again. Okay, so I just hit home again,
Yep.
which basically brings me back to level
Green
0.
one. Yep.
So 2 and 3 are essentially the same, but 3 adds more. So we'll just go into 2. So this is what 2 looks like. So you have easy volume. So you have 2 easy volumes and a power button. Okay? This easy volume looks about the same. This easy volume looks completely different. Okay. So now what you get is you get the scaler, which we're probably
video.
gonna relabel.
Yep.
So to video. You have USB,
Okay.
which is your computer.
This computer up
This
here.
computer?
This computer and this computer only.
Okay,
Okay. You have a master.
okay,
Then you have your hanging mics, which are labeled hanging.
okay,
And with the big red box, which I may make less red, to say sent to remote or to record only. So if you're bringing them up and down, you're not hearing them through the system, that would be why. Okay?
but your recording level changes when you're moving that up and down. The input gets louder going
Yes.
into whatever
Yes.
it's going into, okay,
And then you also have a record master.
okay.
Okay, so if your record's too hot, you can
Okay.
turn that down.
The question is, just simple question here, how do you know what your record is when you set it up? You know what I mean? Do we find out what that level is and then you sort of keep it there all the time for recording? Like, it doesn't have to go up halfway? And it should be good, because you really don't know until you play the recording back, right?
So there's a couple ways you can.
Or you have lights, that's the other thing.
So there's a couple ways you do know that. First of all, you actually know it from the software that you use.
Okay,
This core is not set up to record directly onto it.
okay,
Okay, so it does have a USB connection. It's going to receive audio from the computer and it's going to send audio to the computer.
so the computer's actually where your levels are there.
So
Okay.
the computer's where your levels are.
Okay, yep,
This will
that's
mix
fine.
it all for you,
Okay,
and bringing this up will make the level louder in the
Mm-hmm.
record area, but it won't actually do anything. Well,
You have to hit record.
You have to hit record. You can't just hit record here.
okay, yep,
Okay, and then you have a record master as well.
okay,
This button up here, which is a really junky button, which I need to fix, it says fader recall. So, we were concerned about people coming in and going. Fader recall, if you press it, allows you to recall the last saved version of where your fader sat.
your fader being your video.
Anything.
Oh,
So it will record all of this,
Okay.
your master, as well as it will record this and this. If you have any suggestions as to how I can relabel these to make it clearer for you, I'd be happy to do that. Naming things is not my strong suit, as you can tell. Okay? But that's what fader recall does.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and we'll get into how to change that on the next page. So that's basically level 2.
Is the power the same?
Oh, sorry. Power's not the same. So we have, I'm going to clean this up, but easy system. So you have audio power, remote console again. Then you have manual system. So we'll turn the power on for this.
Okay,
Okay, so you have to have level 2 to get into this, not level 1.
Okay.
Level 3 gives you the same.
okay,
Okay. You can turn on and off the projector and put the screen up and down for the left screen. So we move down. Actually have this working.
it's actually going to the right side too, right? Jeez.
I know.
It's amazing.
Okay.
So you gotta do that separate all the time? You don't have one like you used to, just one button,
Oh.
everything comes down?
But we do.
Okay, good. Just makes it easier, because that's all we ever do.
Okay. So then you have rear screen on and off,
Okay, yeah,
as well as projectors. So I can turn on the projectors if you'd like, but.
that's fine. But do they all come on when you normally turn it on?
So
It
this
all
is what
comes up?
video power, full
Okay.
video power.
There you go. That's the one, that's the button we're gonna push.
Okay. So this is there. All these little buttons are there. Again, I gotta fix what it looks like, but that's the concept that we're going for.
Need larger print on it.
That's
too, maybe,
different
right?
to the old system, because the old system you could only put down, you could put them, you couldn't have one down and not the other.
Yeah, you could.
Not on the front.
Oh,
It was either front or rear.
okay, yes, yes. And the rear one's
The
anchored
rear,
now, doesn't
rear one's stationed up.
It's anchored.
It's anchored.
Doesn't move anymore.
And we could turn, and the same with the projectors. Now we can turn either one on, right?
Yeah. So if you had a projector lamp go or something like that, you can put down the screen
Just on the one side.
just on the one side, so it doesn't look like there's,
So when we had a filter bung up like on you one time, and it shut down the system,
Yeah,
we can still operate one projector.
one light.
put
Okay,
a screen up, so it doesn't look like.
yeah, yeah, that's good.
Okay, so full system power. Now, here's the thing. Right now, your computer and your scaler and all the monitors and everything is on video power. Okay? Which means that when you hit off on computer power, or if you hit video power off, it turns all that off.
Gives the power to everything.
There will be a note on that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
The reason for that, and so when we talked about it, we wanted to be able to turn that on and off separately. So we can. So that's computer power. The reason for that was so that you could come in and do your thing, not turn on the entire system, but also there's a password sitting in front of all of that. So you have to go through 2 levels to get into your computer.
Do you want that? I don't know if we really, well, how is it easy? The computer was always on, it was never off. And we never turn it off, just so that you don't have to boot it
Well,
up and all that stuff.
Well, and also because it was sending files to the cloud.
Okay.
Like the recordings would go to the cloud so that I could process them at
I
home.
also had to send stuff up here, right? So,
Yes,
so that's why the computer's on all the time, so you don't want all this other stuff on.
no,
So there's a couple ways we can do this. One is that we just take the computer and plug it directly in. There is another, I believe there's an outlet on the UPS. If not on the UPS, one step up in the sequencer.
Okay. That's really the only thing. that
And
would be
then the
an
rest
issue.
of it just stays on.
Okay, yeah.
It gets switched on and off.
Yeah, because everything else goes off, yeah. I mean, we have,
Yeah.
that's fine.
yeah, projectors, and, well, I guess that is all both projectors and scalers. And, oh no, the scaler all used to stay on too, but I'm not sure.
Not
they
sure
needed
why.
to. Pardon?
I'm not sure why it was,
Yeah, I'm not sure why either.
yeah.
I think it was just because it was never sequenced. It was never put in
Yeah.
anything that could turn it off.
But if we could do that, the computer and the screen, I guess those are the things you would need. And this different plug, if you can.
So, with what we have right now, I can probably just do the computer. I don't think I can do the
Okay.
screen.
Well, it doesn't,
Well, by the screens, or you mean the monitors?
yeah, the monitors.
Yeah, we don't care about that, do we?
The monitors will turn on and off with the system. The computer will stay running.
Okay. All right, then can we turn on just the monitors separately without having to turn all the screens on and everything?
Well, and so this is what the second, again, look at the really fine print.
Not yet. I need binoculars again.
Says computer power,
Okay, yep.
Okay.
so on and off.
Okay, so that's a computer then,
So that will
okay.
turn off the monitors, Chris?
So that turns off essentially everything that's video related at the desk.
Okay.
So monitors, well, currently the computer,
Yep,
scaler, there's a box underneath the receive piece for the input on stage
Okay.
is on that as well.
okay. That's fine, yeah, as long as we can turn on these
Yeah.
monitors and that separately without having the screens and everything, because that would be kind of a waste. Okay, that's good. We can do that.
I didn't understand your comment about 2 levels of password, so one to get into there, and then one into the computer? Is that,
So my this is me not half understanding how you use your computer, and this is why we came to this decision. I, for one, didn't realize that you kept your computer on all the time, so that was a mistake on me. So by saying that, I assumed that the computer itself had a password on it.
Yes.
So the touchscreen would have been one password to give power to the
Okay,
computer,
yeah.
and then the second password for the computer
Okay,
to
that's
actually
what
get
I-
into it.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
that would be specific. The reason why you might want that, or a password, or whatever you want on your computer, is if you're planning on putting rental groups in here that you're not necessarily supervising because you have a system that now allows you to do that, then I don't know what you want to do with the ability to access the computer.
Well, okay, let's ask a question about that. A rental group comes in, they can plug their computer in up front if they want and use it, that's fine. They don't have to get into our computer. Why would they need to get into our computer? What?
They don't.
Yeah, we don't want them to.
That's the
Right.
that's the question that I'm posing
Yeah.
is
We don't want them in our computer.
So that's why you've got it on level 2 right now.
right. Now the interesting thing about that is that in level 2 it turns on all video gear. It doesn't necessarily put down screens and stuff, but level 2 allows you to access that.
Now, is that just up here, or will that be down on that one too?
You tell me.
Does level 1, what does level 1 video power do, Chris?
The concept for level 1 video power was to put down whatever screens that you chose to put down, probably the front 2, maybe the back. It's up to you, whatever you want. To turn on the switcher, which meant that all the stuff up here got turned on,
Okay.
as well as set the switcher to be input 2,
That's
Which is
the one down there.
Okay, I think that's
And
good.
then lock
Yeah.
it. Well,
Yeah.
not necessarily lock it, but not have the ability unless they came up and pressed the button. Because I can
Yeah.
only lock
Yeah.
it
No,
so
no,
much,
that's-
right?
Yep, yep. Yep,
And not give them the ability from the touchscreen to change
Mm-hmm.
that.
okay, no, that's fine, I think that's about what you want.
yep.
And if they need to have our computer, then we gotta be here. So
It has,
that way nobody
has to be
gets in
somebody
anyways.
from Trinity here
Right.
to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole thing was that rental wouldn't be allowed in this booth.
Right,
All their stuff is either down there, except for the one group, the children's, the kids' play thing that Barbara and Andrea do, and they rent the video, the own soundboard. He'll be out there, but not in here.
okay.
And that's that other button you showed us, what was it, remote console?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, and you can turn that on via easy,
Yeah.
level 1, level 2, and level 3.
Okay, no, I think
Okay.
that's good, yep.
So as of right now, just so we're all clear on power stepping, what things turn on when video turns on. If in level 1, if you hit video power, all the screens drop and all the projectors turn on. The booth turns on,
Okay,
okay, which will turn on your screens, and it'll turn on the switcher scaler.
okay,
It then takes the switch. It then changes the input on the switcher scaler to be whatever's up there.
okay. And what comes up on the screens, they don't need to get into Easy Worship or anything to project onto the screens? They can just do that off the computer?
From level 1, it's only whatever
Right.
they plug in up there.
What you plug in down there, whatever you see on your computer, you're gonna see up on the
Yep.
screen.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.